Hey, what's going on? Jason Cutter here, back again for another authentic persuasion topic to help anybody who is in sales directly. Obviously, that's mostly who this is applied to. However, as I've said many times, everything in life is sales. So anything you hear here, you can use, right? So yesterday's topic was about authentic persuasion or the assumptive close. And so when you use the assumptive close, you can, like, hey, if you're with your significant other and they say, I don't care what restaurant you want. Where do you want to go? You're like, hey, I want to go to Mexican. I don't care. You just pick. Then you're just assuming the close. You're assuming we're going to Mexican. You assume that's going to happen, and you just move forward. No reason to debate it. And really, what happens a lot is order takers or people who are just concerned about the other person so much that nothing happens, get stuck in this loop, and they don't move forward. So anyway, that's a little recap from yesterday, but let's talk about today's topic, and let's go to the random generator here. This is kind of fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. So here it is. Yesterday's was assumptive close. Let's go ahead and hit the random topics. Your own objections, getting out of the way, and stop projecting. All right, so what does that mean? And I should have probably left it up on the screen longer. So one of the things that happens in life is we all have our filters. So we all have the way we view the world based on our ideas, our thoughts, nature, nurture, our experiences, all of those things combine to our lens and view of the world. Glass half full, glass half empty, sky is blue, sky is purple, right? Like everything is great, everything is terrible, are there silver linings? And so we all have these things and we all have our experiences. Now, when we're talking about sales, one of the biggest things that happens in sales is that because we're all human, and I'm human as well, everybody in sales is human, then you're bringing with you that lens, that perspective, and also some baggage. So what happens is you're bringing your baggage with you. And how that shows up negatively in sales is that when you are selling, if you've had a bad experience as a customer, right, in the past, what happens is you might bring that with you if you're not careful. And I've seen lots of sales reps literally destroy their sales career and their chances of success because they brought so much baggage with them, like to a relationship. They can't put those bags down and leave them behind. And unfortunately, they pretty much just sabotage every conversation. And it's funny, sales is a lot like relationships, it's a lot like courtship, it's a lot like all of those things. If you bring too much baggage with you into a new relationship, and you don't put those bags down and leave them behind and move forward, that baggage could explode on the relationship and sabotage that as well. So it's interesting with sales because what happens, and I'll give you an example, I'll give you a story. So I had somebody and they were in training, and basically part of the sales process was you had to collect sensitive information, one of those being social security numbers. So helping consumers with their debt. And so you had to get the social security number. The challenge was the salesperson, this trainee, brand new, he would not feel comfortable asking for the social security number. And I asked him why. Every time he got to that point in the process, he would fumble and fall, and he would just, the whole conversation would fall apart. And I asked him, hey, what's up with this? And he said, well, I just don't believe that people should give out their social security number. And I asked him why. And basically he told me this long story about how he had his identity stolen, his social security number was stolen, somebody did a whole bunch of fraud on him, and it took him 2 years and thousands of dollars to recover his credit and his identity back to where it was. And because of that painful experience, because that was so embedded inside of him as a negative thing, what happened was he took that and was projecting that on every other person, thinking, hey, I would never give out my socials. I don't think you should either. And unfortunately, when you have that big of a block, then it gets in the way and you're never going to be successful in sales. And now how do you undo that block? Well, the biggest punchline for that is that you've got to realize that if you're a good person helping people in the right way, then what happened to you in the past was by a negative person or bad person or something like that that caused that bad result. Then instead you realize you're on the side of good. And if that's the case, then whatever happened to you in the past should be fine. And you should actually embrace it and treat it like, hey, by the way, I've had this happen to me. I would normally never give it out, but here's what we do. Here's how I help people. And so I want to make sure that you can trust me because I'm on your side. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps you understand. And if you see this at all in your conversations or in your sales kind of career, then you know it's something that's coming up from behind, right? Some in your past, something that's there, and you got to move past it, or go sell something else, or stop being in sales. Those are really your only two options. So hopefully that helps, and I will see you in the next session.